All right, look, we don't know if we're doing a full season of this or not. It's what people are going to ask.
No, we do not. We don't know that.
This was picked for Patron Week, so we're going to do a week of it. I basically said, listen, we're just going to do this, and we're going to see how we like doing it, and maybe we'll come back to it at some point, because, yeah, the thing about this game is that it is very good. And there is a lot to talk about.
And I mean, I should mention that I have never played this game before, so that is part of the myriad reasons why we're not sure whether we're going to do a full season of this or not, is that I have no idea. I don't know what this fucking game is. Every time I hear shit about this game, it's the wildest fucking stuff. Well, like, even ignoring the massive drama going on with regards to the developers and the publisher, and I have no idea what's going on there. Like, I hear shit about stuff that happens in this game, and I'm like, what the fuck? What does that mean? What are you talking about?
This is... Chris bought me this game, actually. I don't know if you remember that, Chris.
Really?
Yep, because I played it, and after the... Well, I don't want to spoil what can happen in the opening, but after the thing that could happen in the opening happened to me, I realized Rutsgar needed to play this game.
Yeah, like you phrased it kind of like I'm interested, like to hear. Yeah, this game is like has a lot of aspirations to depicting tabletop play, and I actually think that in a lot of ways it does succeed at a certain vibe of tabletop gaming, which is very much not what people think of when they think of as a game feeling like a tabletop game. But we'll probably talk about that as we go along here. But also, the thing that got me was that this is clearly one of those games that people are like, you need to play. This is written really well, and I tend to come into games like that with a chip on my shoulder. I don't know about you two, because I'm always kind of like, is it really, or did you, or like? But no, the thing is that I played it, and maybe for the first time, I was like, yeah, you guys were 100% right. There are a lot of games where like I want to discuss it. Like, I like it enough to want to discuss it with people I know who like also like that game. This is the first game I have tried to discuss with people who had no interest in playing it, just on the basis of this would be an interesting conversation.
So I'm gonna hit the new game button here. Archetype, thinker, extremely intelligent, very bad with people. Those interesting facts comes up with original ideas. Sensitive, very psychological, a magnetic personality but unstable, might begin to lose his mind. Physical, extremely physical, interacts with the world through his body, gets things done, but dumb as a rock.
So something you need to know is that regardless of which of these you pick, you are playing a pre-existing character. This is something that becomes very clear as you play it, but this game has a very interesting way of integrating different skills and disciplines into the same guy, while still making it pretty clear that, okay, this is just a guy. He's just a multifaceted guy that, like, is invested more in this stuff at this time.
I see the derived stats are nothing for everything except +1 to encyclopedia. So... Are these attribute points not that important at these levels? Is this a thing where I'm going to get like 100 int by the end of the game or something?
It is not,
even.
No.
Is this a game that has stats? Like
it does have stats. It has stat upgrades, but basically like you want to begin as you intend to continue going on, but it's absolutely a thing that you will pick up things you didn't think you would necessarily need to pick up as you go along. Like you will choose to invest in skills that you have not invested in yet. What were you saying, Chris?
What does the create your own button look like? These are very, very, very big words. And I mean that in terms of their physical size. What if we were
average
the most
man?
Average.
That was a perfectly reasonable choice. I don't actually think there's necessarily like if you go too low in some of these stats at the beginning, it makes certain things difficult. But there's not really a wrong choice here, to be honest. It helps that, as you may be aware, there's no like RPG style combat in this game. There's no like battle map stuff or anything like that.
Can we go without spending any points?
I don't know.
Yes.
Apparently.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Okay, so wait, let's go back
Like,
to average everything and then see what this next page looks like.
It can lead to funny outcomes, but it would be a bad experience for the introductory we're doing here.
Yeah. So the stat gives you a cap on how many points you could invest into something, and it also gives you a base modifier.
Visual calculus, reconstruct crime scenes.
And so I think how it works.
Oh yeah,
is you
we're
always
a
get
cop
your
in this game, aren't we?
Yeah.
A detective.
Yeah, I think how it works. Sort of a cop. You are a member of the. Well, you know what? I don't. Let's not get into all that yet.
Inland Empire.
Yep, just the David Lynch skill. It could not be more directly named. For those of you who don't know, Inland Empire is a David Lynch film.
Understand cop culture.
All of these skills are useful.
Yeah.
I would say almost
signature
equally useful.
is okay. So that was that thing at the bottom of those was if we go back here, that was these plus hand-eye coordination is the specific skill for this guy and that guy. All right.
I would honestly just pick the skills that look most interesting to you.
We can only pick one, right?
Maybe.
No, I thought you were putting points into individual ones, if I remember right. Because you have 3 points to dole out, right?
Yes. Oh, yes. You have three signature skills to set.
I see. Well, I don't see a way to actually put points into these.
You see set signature at the bottom right. I think that's it.
Yeah, like but it's not like we're taking the diamonds from here and putting them in here. No.
I'll be honest. I only played through this one time, so I don't know the answer to all these questions.
We appear to have only one signature skill.
Okay, there we go.
Going with drama.
I guess I forgot how it works. We're going drama. So
it's the Furies. This is a Hades mod.
I think one thing.
There is nothing.
I'll hold on. Let's just
blackness. You're conscious for it. No larger than a single grain of mold.
Pronounced conscience.
You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever. And an audience.
One thing I recommend, Josh, is reading out the dialogue option you're about to choose.
No ex-wives that can
Right. Makes it a little easier to follow.
What was that about the X something?
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful, a ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
These voice actors.
What happens if we just? What happens if we just don't do anything?
I kind of encourage you to ask what-if questions and try it.
There. No ball of meat. No light in the formless nothing. Just night swimming.
I like nothing.
I know you do, baby. I know.
How about you cough up some more of that sweet
Coming
oblivion?
right up, sir. Smooth passage.
Alonzi, let's go.
All right. Nothing town to fuck all borough.
A return trip to the Silence, please.
Do you want me to upgrade that to a one-way trip, sir?
Don't stop, keep singing. Sing me the Song of Death.
The Song of Death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the sore, bloated man meat around you. A sensation.
The
like
voice.
A fly to the ointment. Your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and dignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
Mother help me, there's a head attached to my neck and I'm in it.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache.
Help someone cut my head off, it's trying to murder the rest of me.
A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from
So, Josh, what would you guess you're going to see when you open your eyes here?
We are in a trashy apartment, totally hungover. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Pretty close. Pretty close.
There appears to be a pear-shaped hole in the remnants of the door that used to go to the bathroom.
So, right out the gate, the game uses very, lurid, flowery language. You know, not necessarily flowery in the sense of being pretty, but certainly flowery in the sense of, trying to, using poetic diction. Using poetic metaphor. And I think it's actually kind of important that it has those voice actors delivering it in a very, strained and croaky way to set the expectation, this is not a joint. This is a game that works on and writes on a lot of different levels, not just this one. This is not a game that wants you to marvel at how smart it is. This is just a game that occasionally gets into non-literal forms of expression.
What you have in your hand is a truly hideous necktie, with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose. A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole in your brain.
You're right, we should turn the lights back off.
The lights are off.
So I think Alt highlights things you can pick up in the... Oh, Tab, there.
It is, in fact, not Alt.
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Hot water sprays from the base, and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor.
Really? Nothing?
Really. All recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you're in has drowned in a sea of blood alcohol. This was no mere night of drinking. It was a deluge of world-ending proportions. As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror. Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it.
So I think this is the first...
Maybe I should...
Oh, go ahead. Mm-hmm. I was going to say, this is one of the first intrusive thoughts you really get. And you're starting to get a picture of sort of how a lot of the game works. A lot of the game is just your inner voices, plural, communicating with one another and having debates. And your stats dictate who gets to win and lose. So there's not really physical combat, but there's a lot of how do you think about a situation, and therefore how do you behave?
Yeah, well, it says easy success, easy the difficulty, and success means that it rolled a skill check for you. Not to see if you learn anything or if anything good happens, but just to see if Inland Empire butts in here. And one thing you'll discover is that sometimes your skills can butt in and not be correct. And that the more you've invested in a skill, sometimes the more it intervenes in situations where it's really not called for.
So is the success here the Inland Empire interjects and I can still override it?
Yes, yes, absolutely. You are not. It is not the skill does not take priority over your own choice. No.
But it already happened.
Yes and no. So wait, what is okay? Hold up. So when it says I succeeded, if I had rolled a 7 here, what would have happened?
It just would not have intervened. The same thing would have basically I will say that I actually think that this one is like an auto success. There's some instances where like a skill always succeeds on something sneakily to ensure that you get something, but it kind of has the same format as the non-automatic successes.
Right. Well, maybe I should touch it first, make sure there's nothing wrong with my face.
Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with it.
How
Where
bad could
to
it be?
even begin? There is the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin.
One of the reasons why when you're playing this it helps to say what you're gonna like click on and then click it is because it kind of creates a conversation between you and the narrator.
Are we an alcohol elemental? Are we Chris, regret elemental's friend, alcohol elemental?
Kind of.
I'm sure everything is fine. Touch your nose.
It's not. Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face.
Oh my god, we're a
It
clown.
hurts when you honk it. It doesn't appear to be a particularly tiny nose either. Not with all the drinks it's absorbed for you.
At least my tongue is okay. Touch your tongue.
It's not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers.
Wipe the mirror now.
Behold.
And it's just Chris.
All-time moment.
I may just make this the thumbnail.
I mean, you would not be the first. There are people who never do this, incidentally. It's not required.
Who this thing is, do you?
Of course I do. It's some kind of superstar. I think I'm a superstar.
It appears you're also dead. There's clearly rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why?
I think it might be because I'm a superstar.
Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself.
No, this is what superstars do.
You can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face, and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey?
I like that it lets you just go down this path.
Superstardom.
Yeah.
You should check yourself for a pulse. Superstar. From here it looks like a cadaverous spasm.
Check
You
for
find no
pulse.
sign of life on your swollen neck.
Gained experience.
However, putting your hand on your chest reveals an irregular heartbeat. You appear to be alive. For now.
Dig deep into your mind to locate the source of the expression.
So how white checks work is you can retry it either when you increase the skill, or there are certain other things that I think reset white checks.
Okay.
Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now.
You may as well try that one.
Attempt to stop the expression from happening.
It's too late.
Wow.
Like an image on film. The expression belongs to your primary motor cortex. It would take a minor neurological miracle for you to cease producing it.
Alright, let the mirror be for now.
One of the things that is interesting about this game that is worth talking about even now is there are not a lot of role-playing games that illustrate... Like, there are lots of games that have choice, and there are lots of games that have, like, skills and stats which dictate and which may inform those choices. But there are not a lot of games that attempt to simulate the feeling of warring with yourself over and trying to get yourself to do things that you're just not really cut out to do, or that really aren't in your nature but are necessary.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Assess the damage.
one of the nice things about having the skills be these individuals that can talk to you and kind of like go back and forth about things is it offers a really good way to illustrate that process of kind of self-negotiation.
Look out.
The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the ocean and some war-torn buildings.
What's this? Sure, I like empty cassette cases. Can we... Is that just junk? There used to be a tape in this case, but it was destroyed in a fit of rage. Something about Etienne's single smallest church in Saint-Saëns must have rubbed someone the wrong way. The label says the song was recorded in 43.
When you get an item that has further interactions in your inventory, you'll be informed.
Whatever. Right, okay. I have a shoe.
You do have a shoe.
I think we're appropriately dressed. Is there anything else around here? Oh wow, we have a whole chair.
You are deliberately being perverse here by saying anything besides your shirt and pants.
I can't believe... Are you wearing the tie?
Yes. Yep. We are wearing a green shoe on our left foot, socks, a tie, and a pair of briefs.
So, for the record, because I believe this happened to you, Rutscar, and I just want to point this out. When you go to grab the tie off of the fan, it is a skill check, and you can fail it, and if you do, you have a heart attack and die immediately.
What happens is that it can reduce your physical stat, but like your physical health by 1, the 3 little bars, and if, like me, you are all... Oh, you can click those little things over your head.
You hear a jingle.
If you have not invested in your physical stats, you only have 1 of those, and you could just die and lose.
It says, whirling in rats.
That's incredible.
So my first run-through, literally, I had control of the game for about 30 seconds before I had to restart. I didn't even have time to save.
Did it, like, have an autosave at the very start of the game, or did you have to go through character creation again?
As I recall, I just went through character creation again. I don't know if I was obliged to do that or if I just chose to.
Right.
I have seen so many cosplays of this man.
I was this man for Halloween one year.
Oh, wow.
I mean, he does have the Cuthbert mutton chops.
Hello, officer.
It's March 51. Does this take place in, like, our world?
No.
You're
and that will
get
become more
to these questions as you go along.
Raises a cigarette to her lips.
Obviously, disco wasn't really a thing in 1951, so...
Her eyes are brown, and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28.
Officer? Am I military personnel?
No.
Wait, I know. I'm a businessman. Chief executive officer, right?
The young woman shakes her head slowly. Officer could be an artistic statement. You're already prone to those.
Officer is my stage name, right? I can see myself as a middling disco artist called The Officer.
You're a police officer, sir.
You're shitting me.
I'm not. Unless you've been shitting us all this time.
All this time?
You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less.
What business is that?
Couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
Try the expression on her. Oh, this is a seduction thing. All right, yeah, let's do it.
The words
oh boy, hell yeah. Say it. Say the line. Say the line out loud.
I want to have fuck with you.
What was that? That's not even how words are used. What did you say?
Come on. I wanted to have sex with you.
No. You see, that's not what you said. You said... Come on, man. Pretty, please. One more time.
I said I want to have fuck with you.
Goddamn right you did. You crazy asshole, you. What kind of cup are you?
Superstar cup. It's been established.
That's cool. Or if I can just maybe ask you to elaborate on that superstardom a tiny bit.
I sincerely think I'm a superstar. It's a theory I'm developing.
I have certainly been entertained. Thank you. Whatever you are, you should stick to it. Otherwise... It's gonna suck for you later when you have to interrogate me.
Yeah.
I think that went well.
And for the record, no, I didn't do it.
Oh, Klaasje.
Just, I love knowing where this goes.
Yeah. You're going to realize the implications of that simple choice at some point.